The TT Esports Meka Pro. This is one of those basic premium keyboards. I'm Rio Gion and welcome to Rio Gion Keyboards. Out of the box, I noticed that the keys aren't lined up correctly, which is a shame because this is something that should have gone through inspection before selling. Besides that, this keyboard does use an ISO layout, so finding keycaps replacement might be a little bit harder than standard. If you turn off the lights, the keyboard actually do look very office friendly, but the blue switch might be annoying to some people. Just make sure that they're comfortable around before you bring the keyboard to the office, especially this particular keyboards because it clicks a lot. There's the logo on the spacebar in the upper left of the keyboard. Also, don't forget the bright red Windows lock button, which is pretty freaking cool when you press it. The construction is mainly from hard plastic, so be careful when carrying it around because you might break plastic bits on the outside. I really like the font because this is an older gaming keyboard, so they have fonts similar to most office keyboards, which is nice. This keyboard has an enclosed design, so cleaning it might be a little bit harder than other keyboards with floating key design. Personally, I prefer the floating design more, but I know that there are people that really dig this look. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for the latest content. This keyboard uses Cherry MX Blue switch, which is a premium switch in the market, so you can expect a premium price. Since this is the older design, the keyboard, the light is on the top of the switch, so some of you might be a little bit put off by this. Others, they just don't care as long as everything works, so to each its own. The Meka uses Co-Star stabilizers, which personally I don't like because I know that there are others that do, which is fine because then the Co-Star stabilizers do make the longer keys feel crispier versus the Cherry. On the other hand, let's face it, the Cherry stabilizer is so much easier to clean. Whether you use Co-Star or Cherry stabilizers, it's entirely up to you. This keyboard has the typical thin ABS caps that's found in most mainstream keyboards. I wish if more expensive keyboards used more expensive keycaps, but just because I think it's fair game. But the consumer doesn't mind these keycaps, so we take what we can get, I guess, even though we're not taking anything. The flip-up feet does have rubber on them, so the keyboard will be planted at both angles. The back has a simple design and you get rubber cables and gold-plated USB. So you either think that this combination is really good or you don't. Personally, I like the braided cable and gold-plated USB combination, but I'm starting to think that I am in the minority where most people would like the rubber cable and silver-plated USB more. There is a surprising amount of lighting effect when it comes to this keyboard, even though the only color is red. I guess the lighting effects are for someone that wants function over form because you can set certain keys to light up. You have these little ripple effects. It's actually really nice, even though it's only one color. The Cherry MX Blue here is very satisfying to type, but I can't type for long durations without getting tired because these switches are definitely on the stiffer side. In the beginning, the typing experience feels really good because the travel and that clicky sound. I really love this sound, but only if it was on the softer side. Because of how stiff the keyboard is, I'm going to place it right in the middle of my typing enjoyment scale. When I was starting out reviewing keyboards, I thought all Cherry switches would be the same since it's a well-known brand, but I guess time has changed. Now it's kind of a mixed bag on whether you get blue switches that are softer or stiffer. So you can't have macro functions, nor is there a bank of macro keys for those of you that plays lots of MMOs or you guys edit lots of videos. Then this isn't really a keyboard for you. If you mainly play FPS or RTS, then it might be a good fit if it comes with a red switch. If we're talking about this particular keyboard with the blue switch, then it might work, but I would still go with something more like a red or speed switch if you mainly use the keyboard for those games. If you are a typist and you need to type for long durations, then it really does depend on you, because if you're a light-handed typist like myself, this isn't the keyboard for you. But if you're a heavy-handed typist, then I think this keyboard is a great fit. At the end of the day, $89 retail, this is a premium price for a premium keyboard, and this keyboard has premium components in it. at this price point, if you don't mind not having Cherry MX switch, then you can swing for a mechanical keyboard with a blue switch that has RGB lighting. So you could go that route unless you really want the Cherry MX brand. So if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to become part of the mighty notification squad. As always, have an awesome day.